Provoe.
Vulnerability has many powerful benefits. First, it strengthens relationships. Like I just said, if you have a partner and you're very vulnerable and open and you say things the way they are, I've had multiple women tell me they love how I'm able to communicate where I'm at emotionally, how something made me feel, why I don't feel I should do stuff or say stuff or be stuff. For example, I had this lady recently who tried to inquire about my financial hustle. She wondered why I wasn't out there getting it, if you know what I mean. I have so many skills according to her, and she wonders why I am not online fishing for remote jobs. She's wondering why I'm not on all the, freelancing websites and getting gigs. She wondered why I was comfortable, in her words, why I was comfortable being broke. I try to make her understand that life is a journey. I've understood my path, and what I'm working on needs time to manifest. I'm building pieces of a bigger puzzle that when I couple it together, everything will make sense. But right now, I should be permitted to look like I don't know what I'm doing. But I know what I'm doing. This other lady was like, she sees it like me being selfish, that I have all these skills that I'm not using to make money. It's like I don't care about money and I'm trying to make people not care about money. And I try to make her understand that she's playing the game on the lower level. I'm playing it on a finished level. I'm on a higher finished level. She's on the beginner phase, on the phase of cause and effect. If I put in X amount of effort, I get X amount of result. I'm on the level of meaning before means. When I fine-tune my purpose and actualize my highest ideal, and I live from that end, from that finished product, from that higher mind, money has no choice but to come to me. By the time I unlock and unveil my highest potential, the world would compete for my time and resources. They would compete for my services. They would come for me, asking, willing to pay any amount that I, ask for. And she didn't understand that. And I allow people to not understand. It's okay. You would all get it when it is your time to get it. Okay? But the most important thing was that I was vulnerable enough to allow their opinions matter to them. I'm sorry you feel the way you feel about this, but this is how I feel about it, and it is my life, and I understand it, and it's fine if you don't understand it. That's me being vulnerable. That's me being okay with their judgment and criticism, because when it's time, they would get it. If they never get it, it is fine by me. You understand what I'm saying now? So, when we show our authentic selves, we build trust and create space for others to do the same. Some of these people, when I say what I say, they will be like, see, I get you, and I applaud the courage with which you are living this life, even though it's difficult and you look broke and everything. But I'm still happy to know someone like you. I'm happy to know people like you exist. And whenever they say that, I feel validated in a way. Not like I needed their validation, but I still feel like, even though they are deeply programmed and heavily influenced, somehow, some way, they get it. That's very encouraging to know. Okay? So, we build trust and create space for others to do the same. When they trust that you're authentic, they begin to feel encouraged to be authentic with themselves. For example, one of them was telling me, after our conversation about money and everything, she went back and it got her thinking about her life and how much financial motivation she had. And she got to realize that there were other things that were more important than just having money or making money or appearing to be rich per se, because that's the craze. That's what everybody wants, to look rich and influential and powerful without substance. And that's like the opposite of what I stand for. I stand for substance first, riches come after substance, in my own definition, So I think she says she knows that money is not all in all, and she has some work to do to up her game in terms of her value and worth. But that right now she's just after the money. When she said that, even though she said that, I knew that the seed has been planted, and in due time, with more examples in her life and the lives of other people, she would see reason why money shouldn't be placed on a pedestal. Money is supposed to be a byproduct, not the product itself. Okay. So secondly, it drives innovation by sharing new ideas, even when they are not perfect. We open the doors for creativity and new opportunities. You see, I'm sharing new ideas right now. And even when they are not perfect, I'm still going to share them. In due time, my ideas will change. If you listen to my old podcast on stories I never told, you'd see on my website, Provoe University, check pod archives. You'd see old podcasts and you see how I released them even though they weren't perfect, but I shared those ideas. Sharing those ideas served as a timestamp. Whenever I went back to them, whenever I listened to them, I didn't care that people weren't listening to them. What mattered was that I put them out there. Being vulnerable enough. Whenever I hear them, listen back to them, some of them are 2 years old, 3 years old. They're like a source of strength. They rejig me. They're like this. I don't know what they call these devices in the hospital when someone's about to go and then they use it to shock the person back to life. That's what these podcasts do to me. Okay. So by sharing new ideas, even when they're not perfect, we open the door for creativity and new opportunities. And that's literally how I've been able to build and stack up my skills to the point where today, my God, I do a lot. I do a lot. The way I speak right now was built on those imperfect moments that I was being vulnerable in front of the camera, in front of the microphone, in front of people. I had to put myself out there. When you read my book, From Trauma to Triumph, you know who I used to be, and you would understand that the difference between who I have been, who I grew up to be, and who I am now, they are light years apart. They share nothing in common. I'm very serious. The only thing I maintained all through this is my sharp mind. Glory be to God for that. My mind has been sharp and aware. My self-consciousness, my conscientiousness has been top tier. My self-awareness is amazing. My ability to master self is the byproduct of a strong, solid memory that is anchored to a deep desire for advancing my reality. The more I see myself advancing in my mind's eye, oh my God, the more I see myself not settling for less, the more I see myself pushing past all boundaries, the more I see myself activating shocking abilities within myself. And it's amazing. You can do it too. That's why I'm building what I'm building, to push people to accomplish the amount of mastery that I see possible within every human being. Okay? And finally, vulnerability fosters resilience. Like I just said, it took failing, it took slowing down, starting again, stopping, starting again for years. These 7 years it took me, 7+ years, I'm going on 8 years, and I'm trying not to be on this chapter. The 8th year is supposed to signify a new beginning. 7 years completion. So, like I was saying, Vulnerability fosters resilience. It takes vulnerability for you to say, hey, I will persevere through all this. This too shall pass. I won't remain a caterpillar all my life. I won't consume information all my life. I'll get to the point where the beautiful butterfly within me will rise up from the ashes like a phoenix, and all this information I've been feasting on for all these years, 7+ years, they're going to become a beacon of hope for the rest of the world to feast on. I'm going to be a beautiful butterfly hovering over all the grasses or all the information I've been grubbing on. And I would be able to selectively beautify this planet with my presence. I step into a room, the atmosphere shifts, the energy and the vibe and the frequencies elevated with my very presence. I, Virgil, Enesha, aka DJ Provoe, will step into a reality, and that reality shifts. You see, when we face our fears and embrace discomfort, we grow stronger and more adaptable. There is no two ways about it. You will grow, but vulnerability is the first step. There is no humility without vulnerability. You risk being ridiculed, like I said. People who are deeply asleep and unconscious will laugh at you. They will make fun of you. And mind you, it is not them. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and rulers of darkness in high places. They are being used, okay? Their low self-consciousness or self-awareness allows them to be hacked, okay? So entities of low vibration reach you through them. They speak through them to discourage you, to dissuade you, to push you off track, to get you off course. It is your responsibility to sharpen your saw and cut through the noise, to unveil the depths of your soul. Express yourself with no limitation, with reckless abandon. Okay? Now let's go to vulnerability myths.